today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And 10. Here's Kaepernick. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A pass there complete to Sutton.
Kaepernick's pass complete to
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
by Washington. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 25 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. And the pressure gets to him again. Chase Young in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he'll find Hall. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 19 yards away. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit. and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. To throw is Kaepernick. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Intercepted by Washington.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson, and he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos' 6-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Washington.
Antonio Gibson
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
His kick is good.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try to loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He completes this to Sutton. And out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. He's got Watkins on the out route. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now Kaepernick again. He's got his tight end fan. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Kaepernick to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Washington first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Gibson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd down, it's Gibson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
As the first half is winding down.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
Broncos 7.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
For Denver.
And that one. Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Number 80.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Number 80.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 8-yard line.
He'll get this to Antonio Gibson, complete.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Complete to
6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Back to throw again.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Justin Simmons.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Able to get this to Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time?
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young
has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A pass there complete to Sutton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Again, it's Kaepernick. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Chase Young
in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? that these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then